a new project to make housing affordable in Paraguay. This is actually pretty good news. But the first thing you need to know is that by 2050, Paraguay will have 3 million more inhabitants. Right now, we are around 7 million people in the country, and by 2050, we will be 10 million. From these 3 extra million people, we consider that like 2 million of them will be around the capital Asuncion. So this means that there is a lot to do about infrastructure, about construction, because right now we don't have these 3 million spaces to welcome the people. But we have 25 years to build all that, so it's not a problem. So in this short video, I will comment you about a project which recently started, which is called Che Roga Pi Hahu. It's Guarani, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but I hope it's okay. So in Spanish, mi sueño cumplido, which means my dream accomplished. So this is a simple offer that allow Paraguayans to get their own house without working with the banks. Because there is also another thing which is really important here, is that if you work with the banks in Paraguay, it's usually really difficult. If you just need money like this, you will get rates that are criminal, honestly, 20 to 25%. So I mean, you're basically losing money. And there are some programs to buy your first home, but the rates are between 10 to 15%. So it's really difficult to get access to your own home. To get access to land in Paraguay, right now it's still really affordable. I would say that you could have a land starting at $50 per month. If you are like 1 hour and a half outside of Asuncion. So it's still pretty affordable, but for the housing, it's another problem. So let's talk about this project. So this is led by a Chilean engineer, which is named Sergio Gonzalez, and his goal is to change lives of thousands of families, because as I told you, the country in Paraguay is really growing, so there is a need about construction. So how does this work? First, you can get your house paying only every month 760,000 guaranis, which is a bit less than $100. So, I mean, it's not too much to get a house, I guess. Then you don't need credit history, because usually in Paraguay, it's like in the US. If you have a good credit score, it's easier to borrow money, but at the same time, you never own anything in your life. I mean, the banks kill you, and that's difficult. So you don't need credit history to get access to this. The only condition is to own a plot of land first. As I told you, it's quite accessible right now. And second, pay a 250,000 registration fee. So, I mean, it's pretty accessible. Right now, what's happening if a Paraguayan wants to build a home in Paraguay? They have 2 options. First option, make a lot of studies, get a good job, and hopefully make enough money to build their house. But it's not for everybody. It's not that easy. There are some jobs in Paraguay. It's possible to make good money, I would say, in Paraguay. But it's quite difficult, actually. The country is still growing. In the future, the middle class will be better and better, but we need more time to stabilize. So what people are doing now, they are going to Europe. Most likely they're going to Spain. They work as a driver. They make a lot of small jobs, and they make maybe $1,500 per month. And they spend as few as possible. So they share an apartment with like 10 or 15 people. So they can maybe save $1,000 a month. They work in Spain for 2, 3, 4 years. They come back to Paraguay and they start building their home. That's how it works right now. If you don't have money in Paraguay, it's pretty difficult to get access to housing. So this project is really interesting because you don't need too much money, and it's pretty accessible. Why it could change the housing market? So first, it's a good alternative to banks. That's a really positive thing, because banks really are killing Paraguayan. I mean, it's good for banks. They're making a lot of money, but at the same time, Most of the Paraguayan they don't have too much money. So second, there is a really high demand. At the launch, there were 25,000 people interested in the project already. And third, of course, it's a social and accessible project meeting the needs of the middle class and working class. I would say most likely the working class, because right now in Paraguay, the middle class is growing a lot. They are making more and more money. Um, I actually bought an apartment in a new building, and at the beginning I was thinking that all my neighbors would be foreigners, people from the US, from Europe, I don't know, maybe Argentinian or Brazilian. But actually, the truth was that most of my neighbors were Paraguayans. So, two kind of people. First, Paraguayan who bought also the apartment. But this category of people, they are more like 50-year-old people, 60-year-old people. They already have a career, they already have money. Second kind of neighbors, also Paraguayan, between I would say 30 and 40. They are renting, they are not owners, but they are renting. But it means that they make quite good money, because if you want to rent in a new building, it's minimum $600 of rent, and for Paraguay, it's already a lot of money. So you can see that the middle class is growing, and in the next 10 years, it will be strong. There will be a lot of buying power from the middle class. So as you can see, there are a lot of opportunities in Paraguay for construction, for real estate. The country is growing a lot and really fast. There will be 3 more million people by 25 years, by 2050. So keep an eye on this. This is a really good opportunity. Right now, it's the perfect time. There are not so much competition. But if you're interested to work in this area, it might be really interesting. So please let me know what you think about it. Please also subscribe to the channel. I will give you more news about Paraguay. And it was Matt from Resident Paraguay. See you soon.